Welcome to The Advocate, a program that thrashes out all the topical issues of the day.
When you are in government, you don't see nothing wrong with whatever is happening. The moment you are out there, everything is wrong.
You can't even see many women now, and when they're there, they're not even really making a mark, and then they have an NYSC problem and this and that.
One of the reasons why we don't have more women in politics in Nigeria is for as long as political meetings continue to take place in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
No,
really. Disastrous for a president
to even say
be unaware of the chief
It's
justice.
a ploy. It could be a strategy.
That strategy was very terrible strategy. Because the buck stops at your table.
Whether it's that we don't look after our cities, and quite frankly, Nigeria is becoming a very ugly place.
When you are the only one feeding the people with this news, and there is nobody countering them, it becomes, the news.
Tackling a matter at the jugular is a recommended approach. The most important nation on earth is the family. The world is a victim of the family. If you can fix the family, you fix the nation. How is your family constituted? Do you have family vision and mission? What roles do each members play? Do you have family values? What is your family culture? Traditionally, a family is started by a man and a woman who decide on what their big picture or vision will be. They are from totally different backgrounds with different value systems. They come together and a new tribe is formed, where there must be an intentional alignment of values to achieve the said vision for this new nation. Roles are assigned with the man as the head of family, and as such holds the position of prime minister or any designation decided as a family. He leads the best of interest. He leads with the best interest of the family at heart. The woman serves as a deputy and other roles assigned according to the strength and innate abilities of family members. The family constitution is drafted to guide the family towards achieving their vision. The constitution will address the do's and don'ts of the family. Issues bordering on finance are addressed. Immigration rules and so on are also addressed. Family culture is the unspoken thing that is common to all members of the family. This is as a result of shared values that guide them in achieving the family vision. A family without a vision, they say, ends up in division. So many societal ills can be eradicated if we pay attention to the family, as this micronation is a factory that produces to the big nation.
Should I go first?
Please do. It looks like you should.
Please.
What do you mean it looks like I should?
I think there are some issues there that are
There are. Saidu. I've been away. I've been away, and clearly nobody said, hashtag be warned.
Yes. I did, funny enough.
I was very pleased to hear him. Because something is brewing.
Happy?
Yes.
Not that I'm happy with it,
Happy.
but his message is okay. Come on, let's
Elbow on the side.
Please.
No, but seriously, I like this, and I like the way how you've literally, and this is important because when people see the nation as a microcosm
Absolutely.
of their immediacy, of their existence, they start to deal with it differently, because if we learned from the last topic that we've just discussed, and actually as we finished, and I remember thinking, here I am, a Yoruba woman, proudly so, and my son's father, or my ex, if you like, or should I say my co-parent, is a Niger Delta, who I thought was from Fulham, but that's a whole different discussion altogether. But in any event, do you understand? So, and if we look at it in that way, you realize that your culture, as you said, your culture is formed from the togetherness, from the values that you share. And that's what we need to identify, the values that we share. Has this, if you like, this combobulation called Nigeria, which we're yet to accept as a country. However, there's no such thing about that whole thing about male leader, woman deputy.
That is relative. It's relative. I'm speaking as my own understanding.
I get you. You're talking about the traditional.
Traditionally, that's why I use the word traditional.
I'll let you get away with it.
But there's nothing wrong with male leader, female deputy.
Well, no, actually, it could be. How about what's wrong with female leader, male deputy?
Well, it has to be by agreement, by consensus.
Like I said,
because somebody has to lead. That's really where I'm coming from.
Yes, but yes. So thank you for bringing.
I think that's the message.
Yeah, that's the message. That's the message. I think it's a really important message that we can take away.
We need to go back to the basic, the unit, the family. It's important that we get the family fixed, and once we build that, we fix that micronation, then the country will be everything.
I have to agree with Ireti and obviously with you. I think it gives us something to do. A lot of times when we do advocacy, some of the struggles I have is when you're pointing the finger at government, you wonder, will they ever get to listen and actually take some notes? But at least if you're looking at yourself, you have something immediate you can work on that you can be confident will have an effect going down the line. My only issues with it, have I come too soon to my only issues? Let me say some other positive things. You know, I like the fact that what Ireti also pointed out, which I wrote down, you know, just by sharing the same space, you automatically have a shared culture. So these are things you take for granted until you stop and look at it and say, actually, because I coexist, even us here on The Advocate, we're
very different almost, in so many ways.
Almost by a kind of evolution, you know, some natural process, you begin to have things in common.
It forms.
So as long as you don't start, you know, letting all these divisive things come in between that, you'll find that you naturally will look for those places of commonality.
The midpoint. So when I mentioned the tribes, when I mentioned tribes, you know, we come from different tribes. When you come together, now you have to decide on what the new tribe will be.
Yes, and I love that.
That's nice.
I love that. I really love
that. But my only issue, which is probably more personal to me than a common thing, is that I've always been someone who resists when things are too rigid. So even if we have roles, I like love to just sort of find a kind of intermediary. So even if you say, oh, my role is to look after the home, I like the fact that I find it very romantic if you came and did it once in a while.
Oh yeah, but I don't think that's what he's saying.
You know, but when you start, because I think I discussed this with him, when you start doing things like constitution, when you start doing fixed, I find it just too much. I would rather let your heart find
Is it not playing on the strength of, because I think that's what you're saying, is that we have different, so the woman's strength may be this, the male strength was
but when it's written down,
for instance, well, no, I don't think it necessarily means written down. I think what you're talking about symbolism rather than actual.
No, we could have it written down.
Oh my word!
I had that discussion with him. Yeah,
would have it. You can have family constitution. It just keeps you focused. You know where you're going. As a family, we stand God first. We hold each other. No, we don't leave anybody behind. You know, we stand for each other. We don't criticize anybody. Now, there's something with visuals. Do you understand? When you see every day, it reminds you that this is who we are. Eventually, it sticks in there, particularly the younger ones. So, yeah, I would like for you to have that constitution or your mission statement.
Yeah. That's why
I love what he said, what Saidu said, sorry. The truth is, for me, I think every human being should have a personal vision. This is even outside of your family.
Okay.
As a human being, you should have a vision. That's why we have a lot of people directionless. They're just going, they don't know where they're going, and you just want to leave it as the day comes, whatever. No, you should be deliberate about your life. Yes. And when you also decide to now come, I tell people, okay, I have 2 children. People say, oh, why are you not having more? I said, no, because I know what it takes.
There goes.
No, I know what it takes
for another day.
I know what it takes to raise another human being. So what you need, the emotional investment, the time and everything, if I do not have that now, there is no point bringing in more children into this world. And I see a lot of families making that mistake. Struggling in that aspect. So you have a lot of children, you don't even know what your child, because every child is unique. So for families, and that's why we have a problem in the larger society, because we do not have structure, because all these people that are embezzling, they came from a home. And if you look at it, if we start to fix the home, everything else will go bigger, and we'll get a bigger solution.
I said it starts with the vision.
Yeah.
You know, the family decides on what the big picture is. Now, to achieve this, we need to, delegate
each person
responsibility. This is what you'll do to achieve that big picture.
Right.
So constantly, you need to be guided.
I don't know if I agree with this.
But I want to throw in a spanner though, because you mentioned something about feminism, and this is where I think I have a problem with women that come out to say they're feminists and all of those things. You cannot take away the role. You know, you cannot take away the role of a man when it comes to building, raising So I love what you said about co-parenting. Some people believe I can do this by myself.
Some of them are forced to do it by themselves.
Yes, but can we find a way to work? I don't believe there's anybody that is like a brick wall that you cannot. Everybody has a language.
Who have suffered. No, I'm sorry. Much as I'm lucky,
yes.
sorry, Papi, you come in.
Yes.
Much as I am really, really lucky, and I appreciate the luck that I have of having a co-parent, right, in my son's father, right? And I know that a lot of women who desperately want that do not get that.
I mean,
with regards to Saidu's family values.
No, I think
do you have a constitution in your home?
No, he doesn't.
I've been happy-go-lucky.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. I think it's very difficult to if you know I'm the kind of person that they say if you follow me you will miss road. Because I don't know how I'm doing what I'm doing.
But
it's working.
I agree.
It's
the artist in him.
So don't follow me. But I don't know. I find the whole thing of the role, because Saidu made it clear who was the prime minister. And one side of me believes that all human beings are equal and can interchange. Another side of me, which might actually be indoctrination from life, is that men lead.
Someone has to lead, though.
And
that one is certain.
You've said it is indoctrination.
And you're not going to get it out of me. You're not going to get it out of me.
Culture and religion that the men are the head.
But culture and religion is indoctrination.
You have to believe it. You don't have to call it indoctrination.
When you've been told the same thing from a
if you believe it, you've adopted it. Indoctrination suggests that it's been imposed on you.
You can learn a lot from nature.
You can choose to believe it.
Just look around you, the animals, the wild. How they set up?
They tell us that it's the male and the female again.
Yeah, and you see the lion, lion,
Yeah. But is it true?
Taking charge for the others.
When you're not watching the lions, are you sure?
I just feel that love will always find a way to communicate that doesn't stay within a rigid space. Because at the end of the day, what are you communicating if it's not love?
So man leading.
No, I think it's just your interpretation of lead. Lead in itself is service.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe the perception you have.
See the eye that I'm
leading is like that. Take control and everybody follows. Yeah. You could suggest something and we deliberate about it. Conversations aimed at reaching some sort of consensus is the way forward. I think you'd agree. After the break, Ekene asked an interesting question. Do you feel like a fraud?